It's not about an end result, it's about an expedition, a journey that leads us into wild places, both near and far. In a time where some believe hunting is not relevant to modern society, we carry the torch and stand on the foundations of those that have come before us. We continue to invest into the ecosystems of which we must sustain. It's an effort to conserve, to provide, and celebrate God's renewable resources.
Hey, 380 plus.
It is our life. It is our passion. And we make no apologies for our God-given right to hunt. (2017), an archery season that became a quest for 4 specific deer, all over 190 inches. What you're about to witness is a season that followed a 2016 season that was Mark's worst season ever. It began in Utah, then Minnesota, on to Kansas, and finally, Mark's home in Iowa.
I'm at the Salt Lake Airport. Where are you?
Oh, too late, bud. We left.
What?
There's no turning around either. I don't think I can find the Salt Lake Airport anymore.
I got my bow and I got all my camo and everything ready to go. I just ain't got no ride. Come on now.
You know what else you don't have?
A tag.
A tag.
As Mark has for years, this season kicked off in Utah with his friends from Mossback Outfitters. And after several days of hunting, stalking, glassing, and having encounter after encounter, he was finally able to get in range of a target mule deer. As with any spot and stalk situation, the pressure can be intense once you've put your eyes on the target. Your time to get into position often goes down rather quickly. This was the case, as Mark knew his opportunity was close.
He's the front one. You have to give me a range once we get up here, okay? Okay, stay tight. It's gonna go quick. Got him, Tyler. He's coming out here, Ty. Oh, yeah. We just stuck him. Big broth. He's got a split. Really, really, really beautiful deer. And we just posted him. Yes! Oh, look at those eyeballs. Oh. Deer, I don't need that anymore. Oh my goodness. Oh, sweet. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. That is incredible for a mule deer, huh? Look at this. This is bladed and it got a little one here started. Look at these main beams. Oh, get over here. Get over here. Hit me 5, bud. Thank you. 2 stalks. What, within 10 minutes, 15 minutes of each other? That was phenomenal. Get down in here. That is phenomenal. Look at the main beams rolling out on that thing. Whoa. Look at that thing. That is just phenomenal. Sweet. Nice job, bud. Thank you.
Following Mark's harvest and getting back to camp, they realized what an incredible mule deer this was. After putting the tape on him, he scored an incredible 198 3/8 inches. A true, absolute mossback legend. The Given Right is being brought to you by Expedition, Element, Real Tree, CVA, Hornady, Polaris, and Shockstrap. Following Mark's August mule deer hunt, his next stop was Minnesota, to his personal farm after a whitetail they believed would also score over 190 inches, a deer known as the Minnesota Booner, also a deer he had already had over 40 plus sits on combined.
Well, Todd and I just got back and we had Dan pull a couple cameras for us here in Minnesota, and we had one of our big booners show up early this year, huh, Danny? I mean, he was, last year he didn't show up this early, he didn't show up till, yeah, so he showed up this year, so Tyler and I jumped in the truck and headed off to Minnesota. So we're gonna be out there tonight. If that big boy shows up, I'll get real excited real quick, so. Well, it's September 28th. Tyler and I here in Minnesota, we pulled the coverts last week, and our Booner 9, a deer we know really, really well for the last 2 years, he's basically eaten my lunch here in Minnesota. We've been trying to hunt him, and he goes nocturnal on us. He's in one food plot, we're in the other, but he showed up last week during the daylight hours. So if he's here, this will be a great start to our 2017 season.
The trek to get to this part of Mark's farm is treacherous, but nevertheless, he puts in the effort to get into position.
This year in 2017, the air is cool. It just feels like it should be buck hunting season. So we'll get all settled in here. Hopefully get a little bit of luck tonight. That's what it's gonna take. Tyler, here he is. I'm serious. There he is. I think that's him. Don't move. It might not be him. It might not be him. It's him. This is incredible. We haven't been here for 10 minutes. And our target buck's sitting up there eating apples underneath the apple tree. The wind's swirling. Well, we're just about out of camera light. What a first night this turned out to be. We saw her shoot a buck within 10 minutes. He hasn't come back out yet. We saw another buck that we'd take a shot at if he came in. Short G210. Another one walked behind us. Those in both directions. What a super start to the 2017 season.
Following Mark's encounter with the Minnesota Booner under the apple tree, he elects to make an aggressive move, knowing he would have marginal wins. After finally seeing this particular deer in the daylight hours, he knew in his gut it was the time to get aggressive. Throwing all cards on the table, he elects to hunt his favorite blind, the old barn.
Yeah, they're weird enough. They'll make noise. As I said earlier, our wind's just marginal at best here, but I think we're okay inside the building here. We got actually a very cool setup. We got our apple tree that we saw that big buck at last night. Both of them actually is right down there on that corner. And we're setting up over here. This is where our little food plot is. He's gonna come out over here. Depending on what he does, if he comes up here and nibbles in the corn, we're gonna take the shot here. If not, we're gonna get set up on that apple tree down there. And again, mobility is the key here tonight. We're just gonna go back and forth just like we did during muzzleloader season. So this is an exciting hunt, just a cool place, unique old building here.
Mark's barn in Minnesota has a lot of history when it comes to great encounters. And what took place on this particular day is something that could only be considered special. This particular barn was built in the early 1900s. Therefore, Every deer in the area has never known anything other than its existence, and because of that, it provides an incredible natural blind that produces results.
That's our darker buck. We have about 15-20 minutes of daylight left. He's gonna work his way down. I just don't know if he'll be close enough to get a shot. Mac. Mac. Dude, he was bleeding. Yes. Oh. He had blood gushing. I mean, bam! I just didn't think it was gonna happen. I figured we were gonna run out of daylight. We've been waiting here. Last night he was here at like 5:45, and he came out a lot later. And he kept going back and forth in the corn. And he was about 58 yards right there. And I was afraid that the corn was gonna be too high, but it actually wasn't. And I could see that arrow right there. And as he was running up the hillside, blood was just gushing out the side. The Minnesota Booner. Bam! Oh my. Oh man. Let me put this stuff down. I'm gonna lose it all. I'm nervous now. Oh, look at this. Oh.
Wow.
Oh my God, Chris. Dude, remember yesterday when I said he wasn't quite that impressive as we thought he was? I was wrong. I was way wrong.
Especially when they grow, when they die.
Minnesota Booner down. This deer played havoc with us last year. I think I hunted here more times on one farm than I did on any farms combined last year. Tyler and I were in here chasing this deer. And we found this, we got a match set. No, this year we don't have the match set. Last year we have a match set. This year we do, past year we do not. And he turned into a stud. Look at those brow tines. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
What a beautiful deer. We saw him last night. I think it was like 10 minutes after we got into the tree stand. He sat underneath that apple tree for probably 20 minutes, just eating and eating away, 119 yards. And then that other 10-point came in, and I was like, well, I might shoot him too if I get an opportunity. Glad I didn't get the opportunity. So we came back tonight, but what we did different tonight, even though it kept saying the wind was questionable, and it really was, but inside that barn, the air goes, because it's so much warmer in there than the outside temperature, it actually rises. And it really helps with the scent there. We had deer around us all night, and not one of them winded us. And then this finally came down. I'm on the edge of the corn, and it was 59 yards, 58 yards. Spanked him.
Good thing you shoot an hour every day.
Mark's Minnesota Booner would tape out at an incredible 192 5/8 inches. Another absolute legend that will be remembered as just that. The Given Right is being brought to you by Scrape Fix, Dead Ringer, Cupped Waterfowl, PFC, Victory Archery, Sig Sauer, and Lethal. Mark's next stop in 2017 was Kansas, a farm both Mark and the team put extensive effort into each and every year. This farm has produced some giants, and Mark was after a Kansas whitetail they believed was pushing 200 inches.
It's our second day here in Kansas. We're down in the bottom of the most southeastern section of our farm here. This is one of my favorite spots. This is where I get one of my biggest deer ever. So we have a big CRP field that we just planted 3 years ago right behind us. And we have another CRP field just to the south of us. And then behind us we had a bunch of beans in here. We just got harvested about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So we have a big deer in here. We're going 1 more year. And he's been frequent in here the last week, pretty heavy. So we'll see how this works out for us this morning. Mark, big buck, big buck. That's one here. That's him. This one is that CRP. He's gonna come right down this road. He's gonna come down the path.
All right.
He's gonna drop right there. He's gonna drop right there. I can't believe it. Oh my God.
Man. My goodness. Look at the hole that dead ringer put in that thing. Oh my, he didn't stand a chance. He only went about 40, 50 yards. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Yeah. Oh, sweet. 2 monster bucks out of the same tree stands in the last 3 or 4 years. We killed a big old 223 inch, and this thing is just beautiful. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. He would have been 17, 18. This is a deer we called 1 more year. We have a joke going on with the whole group of us at Kenneth and those guys. Every time we see a big deer, we say, "Oh, just give him 1 more year. He's going to get really big." This one last year, he really did. We gave him 1 more year, and it worked out perfectly. Look at this thing. He's a beast.
Mark's incredible whitetail taped out at 196 7/8 inches. A true world-class animal. The Give and Ride is being brought to you by Big and J, Reveal, Grizzly, Tacticam, Weather Guard, Swagger, and The Grind. Mark's last stop in 2017 was in Iowa after a deer known as Angel, a specific deer Mark burned an Iowa tag on the previous season after a combined 70 sits and never seeing him in the daylight until this year, November 30th, 2017.
I'm already nervous, Tyler. Wow, he's huge. Ready? What's that? Don't matter. Yep. Just smoke your eyes.
I can still see his horns.
Mark knew he had shot this deer a hair back, so they elected to review the footage and wait till the following morning for recovery on yet another legend who would later score an incredible 191 5/8 inches.
Look at the size of that thing. Oh my goodness. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Look at that. Angel, a 3-year quest. Literally. 3 seasons ago, we got Angel on our coverts. And we said it's going to be a special deer. Let's just be careful. This not suitable. Let's get the pass. Last year, we hunted it almost 30 full days. Never once saw him. Never once. He was here, he was on the farm, came back for late season, and then this year we hunted him almost 21 days. It's the day before the last day of regular bow season. And he came right through looking for his second or third set of does, walked right past the stand, shot a little back, but the arrow came out good. Nasty did it. Whoa, stoked.
The 2017 season for Mark Heck is one no one will ever forget. 4 deer all scoring over 190 inches with a bow is something unheard of. In contrast to what some may believe, for Mark Heck, it was much more than harvesting 4 incredible animals. It was a memory that consists of much more. Thousands of hours of preparation and hard work. Hundreds of hours of scouting and putting time in the field. That all led to a season of what most would call the stars simply aligning. It was a season of gratitude and gratefulness for our God-given right to hunt.